What's going on, folks? So I'm super excited here because the band Skytribe are back with a brand new single called Legacy of Life. This is their second single. I did a reaction to their debut single, which it's hard to believe. It's been like 6 months since their debut single, but it was incredibly impressive. I loved it, and I've been anxiously waiting. I'm sure a lot of people have for their second song and what have you. But yeah, it's here. So I'm super stoked. That's one thing when you drop like your debut single and it's just awesome. It seems like the pressures to properly follow that up must be like really high. But let's see what they got, what they're bringing, shall we? Rangers, go. Wow, really cool. One thing with these folks is the production is so good. Like it just sounds so good, which is wild because there's so much happening. But it's all clear and distinct, each individual part. But it all like combines into this just really powerful sound. But yeah, I mean, the production's just phenomenal. So yeah, it's wild. This song, it feels like, I mean, it's been a while since I heard their debut single, but this song, it feels like it has more of like just a direct approach, which is cool. I mean, it's hard hitting, it's punchy, whereas the debut, it feels like it had a bit more like kind of movement involved and things like that, whereas this one, it feels like it's just straight to the point, which again, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just making an observation. But it's cool because, yeah, I mean, it's punchy. It right when it starts, I mean, it comes right out the gate with the bump, 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 and it just sets the stage for what you can expect for the whole song. And so, yeah, there's an energy there, and it keeps it up. Like, it doesn't falter or anything like that. And one thing that's cool, too, because sometimes with songs that are, like, just really direct, it can run the risk of maybe some like slight repetition or something like that to where it's like the listener, they're like super engrossed for a while, but even though the energy and all that stuff is still kind of like ripping, and it's still really kind of in your face, it can still lose a little bit of its luster. But this song, it doesn't, because it's direct, but there is like enough variety in there and and dynamics that it really kind of keeps you engaged. And I think a big part of that is that the thing like in the beginning, the bump, 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 that like every time that hits, it really kind of just reinvigorates, everything. Because even though like, with the verses and even the chorus, while it gets a bit more like melodic and stuff, it's still very, very, I don't want to say like aggressive, but yeah, just direct. I mean, that's just kind of the best word I can come up with. But that thing that they do like in the beginning and throughout the song, it really kind of, it's almost like a shot of adrenaline. Like you're digging like the verses and the chorus, like you're all on board. So the energy levels are already like high. But then it comes in and you get walloped with that other element again, and it just, like I said, it's almost like a additional shot of adrenaline, and the rest of the song kind of just it keeps that momentum going. So yeah, I thought that was really neat. The guitar work is really stellar. I love the riffs. The solo was cool. One thing that was interesting about the solo, but I thought it was like a nice touch, because you would think, given the nature of this song, that the solos would just be really ripping. But they weren't so much. They were more on like the melodic kind of solo side. There was a little bit of a groove to them that, wasn't quite what I was expecting. But it was neat because it almost like offers an additional element to the song that, again, keeps things interesting. It's like it kind of just drops in like a little bit of a groove, because even at the very beginning of like the bridge, just before the guitar solos kind of begin, the bass is killing it, and I love that. Like I love that kind of little groovy element they threw in there with the bass. And again, it sort of sets the stage for the guitars to kind of follow suit and not just like take off and shoot for the stratosphere. So that was really neat how they wove that in there. And then, you get that final chorus, and I enjoyed the chorus all the way through, but something about that final chorus, it really just hit, it really had a nice pep to it. All the different elements were all involved. And I love those kind of group vocals in the chorus as well. That really helps round out the sound and really kind of make it feel larger than life. And so, yeah, it's like all these things that they put in there. It all just contributes to this grand sound. Not only just like the production is phenomenal, but just all the elements they put in, it really just reinforces that grand sound. So yeah, those group vocals there in the chorus really help it pack even more of a punch. And then her vocals, of course, are stellar. And that was another thing I thought was interesting, is this song, because of its like direct nature, I feel like we got a little bit less of a range, in the vocals. But like, she still did a really phenomenal job, with the verses and the chorus. And there's a bit of the soaring there in the chorus. But then at the very end is when that vocal showcase kind of popped up again with those like screams and yells and just kind of taking it higher and just really powerful voice. So I love that there at the end, just kind of like an end cap for the song, just to keep the energy going. So even when the song ends, like you still kind of feel just energized, instead of kind of just ending on a relatively static note. They really kind of take it up to the next level there. I mean the drum work, all the symphonic elements, really really great. Again, it's the sort of thing where it's difficult to kind of like pinpoint any like singular thing that's just exceptional, and the rest just being like really, really good, but like one thing being exceptional, because and this is one thing I noticed in the previous song too, is that everything is like exceptional and everything just works together really, really well, to just create the overall sound that it's just powerful, and I think that's really cool. There's no like spotlight on any one thing. It's just all done exceptionally well and combines like unified, for the greater good, if you will. And I think that's one thing that helps deliver that power behind their sound and all of that good stuff. So yeah, I really enjoyed the chorus and those group vocals and. But then, when that final chorus hit, though, it's like it had like an extra oomph even than the previous ones. So, yeah, really, really impressive. I really think that these folks are one of the most promising new bands here on the scene. I mean, just a lot of talent. And I thoroughly enjoyed this song. So, I'm looking forward to more. They have so much like potential here, these folks. So, hopefully it's not another 6 months until we get a new song. But I'm not disappointed one bit. They're keeping that quality going. So, anywho, let me know, folks, in the comments down below. What do you think of this bad boy here? How does it stack up for you compared to their debut single? Are you looking forward to more? Let's talk about it all in the comments, and I'll catch you all next time. Ranger out.